Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, hola, bonjour, hey, y'all. My name is Merc. Welcome back to the Narc Alert, and welcome back to the Redundancy Report. Well, as usual, what could be more redundant than an Amberlynn Reids vlog? You know, this is getting harder and harder, I gotta say, every single video. I think Saturday we'll do a retro react and we'll do something else as well. It's time to maybe start tiptoeing away from the big girl because she'd be a big bore. And because she's a big bore, we've added to today's stream. Now, we don't usually have a co-host on the Redundancy Report, but today we have the man, Mr. Man, the Rio, the emotional support Rio, who is sleeping. Oh, look at his camera's autofocusing. I'm sorry. It's a new phone. Rio's got the new phone cam, so he's probably looking better than ever and better than me, and certainly better than Amber. Without any further ado, let's take a look at getting trolled, called out by viewers, and relied on destiny while Beck relied on me. Let's talk. Episode 4. Take it away, Amber. All right, here she is, the illustrious temptress, the fascinating, always scintillating Miss Amberlynn Reids. Amber, off you go.
Hey guys, welcome to a new Let's Talk video. So we're just gonna get right into it.
All right, let's go.
So first things first is Sweet and Sour. It's where I use a random comment generator from the last week's episode. I choose random comments. I literally choose the ones that pop up first. So this is a way for me not to pick and choose. So let's get into it. Black.
Hey, before we start, I'm curious. I haven't checked because I really don't go to her videos, except for this. Under her last members, I'm wondering what I'm trying to get at. Does she delete the bad comments so that when she does the random comment picker, it picks comments that aren't horrible? Because I can't believe that if she wasn't deleting comments, these would all be really foul. Like, the comments are not good for her, right?
Cat Mama said, maybe they AI'd their voice, shrug emoji.
God.
So for the ones that do sound like an AI voice,
you know what I don't give a shit about? If they used AI voice, if she used an AI voice, if anybody used an AI voice to ask these questions, is the least controversial thing that's happened in the Amberverse in a year, and it just won't go away, and it's driving me crazy. Honestly, who fucking cares?
I have also thought that because people brought it to my attention. I didn't think it at first, but when people did bring it to my attention, I was like, maybe people just don't want their voice to be in my videos, which is okay. Yeah. Muted Sound 54 said, at 1938 is AI. What's your obsession with men calling you cute, weirdo? So if it is AI, I wouldn't know because I'm not the one sending the voice memos in. And I don't understand your question. So because someone called me cute.
Perfect shirt for today for the Redundancy Report. No one cares. This is the old merch that's still available on Redbubble if you're interested, but I'm going to move this. This was our best seller. I got to move this over to the new shop on FourthWall because truly, Amber, it was true then and it's true now. No one cares.
It means I'm obsessed with them calling me cute. That doesn't make sense. Elizabeth Sullivan.
That's not an answer, Amber. You are obsessed with men calling you cute. It's very rare that we hear you talk about a woman hitting on you or a woman calling you cute, which is odd given that you seem to be such a staunch lesbian. Like, I'm probably least concerned about labels and who people sleep with than anybody. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't make you one thing or the other. You are whoever you want to be. Knock yourselves out. But yeah, Amber, you do get a lot of, you clearly get a charge out of men's attention. Let's just, you can be a lesbian and still get a charge out of men's attention. You're not going to get a lot of respect from the other lesbians, I'm thinking. But, It doesn't negate who you are, but you have to admit it because you constantly comment when men comment on you. And that clip that you were trying to prove was AI, there was no reason for you to leave that final sentence in where he said, "Oh, by the way, I think you're really cute." You left that in on purpose because you need constant validation. And for some reason, validation from men is more important to you than any validation from women. You don't respect women, Amber. This community doesn't respect women. And you also do not respect women.
And 2965 said, "I am a lesbian. He is a man. Okay, but Dalton though?" All right, I think you need a little bit of reminding. So let me help you. But like this whole Alexis Dalton thing is like not okay. She's bringing up a situation that I had with someone.
Okay, this is a recap, and she sounds like she's on Valium, so we got to hit the speed button. And I know some of you complain that it's sometimes too fast. I won't do it too fast.
During like a vulnerable time in my life. 2023 was a crazy year for me. I shared that I was turning to alcohol because I genuinely was. I was depressed, heartbroken, lonely. I was going through a
You denied that you were turning to alcohol, but okay, go on.
lot. And I felt myself turning to people and to situations and things I normally wouldn't have. I did reply to Dalton. He was making me feel good about myself where I felt bad. Yeah, it felt weird to me. One night I got extremely drunk and he ended up calling me and things went to a different level than they probably would have if I was sober. Like I felt awful saying that out loud. It wasn't my finest moment. I was really drunk. I was sad.
It doesn't, not my finest moment. It doesn't make it a bad moment, Amber. You had phone sex with a guy. It's not a big fucking deal. You know, I think even it's, you know, she might not have actual sex with a man because that might be freaky, but on the phone, it's not that difficult. She didn't have to deal with a peen. It's not a big deal.
I guess I just wanted to feel something other than like
to me,
the
it's not a big
and the
deal.
depression I was going through in that moment. Plus, I was really drunk. My brain.
I think what offends people is that she carries on and on and on. I think she's even used the term gold star lesbian. And that's what offends people in your community, Amber, is you're yipping and yapping all the time about you're a damn gold star lesbian. But as soon as a man comes into the picture, you get all of Twitter. And that's the issue. I mean, I don't care about the label. I don't care about that shit. But the issue is you're a hypocrite. That's the issue.
Was not fully there. Sexuality can be and is fluid, but
Absolutely.
I am a lesbian. Turning a vulnerable night for me where I was in a vulnerable state and I made a decision that I normally would.
You don't have to play victim here, okay? You don't have to pull out your fucking victim deck and shuffle through until some victim card pops out for you to fucking read. You were drunk and you had phone sex with a guy. It's not a big fucking deal. Just make it not a big deal, Amber. You're the one that's perpetuating it.
Wouldn't have. Turning that into a like way to monetize something that should not be monetized is crazy work. But it didn't.
Do you know how many girls in their 20s in college get drunk and have sex with their roommates and best friends and absolutely are not lesbians, are still straight girls who happen to have a roll in the hay with a girl? It doesn't change who you are, in my opinion. You guys are welcome to your own opinions. I know it's a hot button issue, but this is stupid. And she's perpetuating it.
It felt right to me in my gut. It did not feel right to me. And genuinely, I think questioning people's sexuality is like the weirdest, most oddest thing in the world.
I do
and
too.
As a lesbian who was ashamed all of my teenage years because I liked the same sex, like it is genuinely insulting. Lumberry said, "Can you please change to your tail?"
I hate when she makes me fucking agree with her, but I fucking agree with her. You know, who you sleep with is fine. Whatever you want to define yourself as is fine. Carry on. Who other people make squishy noises with is none of your damn business. It just isn't. I hate that.
To just tail, because every single thing has just been tail. I try so hard to find rumors that are actually real, but most of the shit that is real, I just literally admit to anyways. And I'm like, yep, that's real. That did happen. A lot of.
See, I told you, this is like the clearinghouse effect that I told you she was going to have. All the exes have come out. They've said as much shit as they could say. Trust, these people are shady assholes. If they had dirtier dirt to spill, they wouldn't be all running away with their tails tucked between their legs off YouTube. This is my opinion. If there was more dirt to spill, they would still be here spilling the dirt. They got nothing left. She's bulletproof now. There's nothing fucking left. Unless Feline comes out, which probably is never going to happen. She's riding free and clear right now.
rumors are really just that, rumors.
She has nothing to fear anymore. All she has to do is battle the rumors of the community. Basically, Reddit and Kiwi Farms are her biggest enemies right now.
It's things that people want to believe are real, so it's just my way to dispel those. Soup60 said, girl, stop crying. I'm sorry. I cry a lot. I'm very sensitive. Hard for me to regulate my emotions. I feel things at an...
This is bullshit, okay? You're not... I'm so sensitive and I just feel so deeply. You know, you don't understand. I feel so much deeper than you, and it's hard for me to control that. I'm just so sensitive and emotional. No, fuck, grow up. When you start... By the way, you edit videos. When you start fucking crying, edit it out. Okay? If you're live and you're going to get emotional, take a goddamn break. We're not saying you have to learn how to completely regulate your emotions. We're saying you don't need to fucking monetize it, okay?
Extreme level. EMS ABZ 9326 said, almost all of these voice memos are AI generated. She's literally making them. You can even hear the way she talks in each of them. I have not made a single voice memo. They're all from real people who have sent them to me. And all of these rumors, like, it makes the people who have actually like sent these voice memos to me, it's making them realize more than ever that like all of these crazy rumors that people...
Also, if you have a section called Tea or Tail, which you know how much I hate the stupid titles for her sections. If you have a section called Tea and Tail, and you know you're going to cover the AI voice notes, why did you cover it in your first questions? I know you're using a random comment generator, but nobody is seeing you use the random comment generator. You're just picking comments. She used to use a random comment generator where she would click it, and the random comment that came up she would read, which quite frankly, you could still edit because you could click that thing until something comes up that you want to read. But no, she doesn't even do that anymore. She just tells us, I'm using a random comment generator, and then reads comments.
Say about me are false and untrue. And it also goes to show that like literally some people can be...
So point being, you didn't have to talk about this twice.
So delusional. The fact that you think that you can hear me inside of other people's voices when literally none of these are me. These are all sent to me by viewers.
They're not saying they can hear you. What they're saying is the languaging is the same, Amber.
By subscribers, by people on Instagram, by people who genuinely want to ask me questions. This whole AI situation type deal that has been created around voice memos is insane work. Before AI was even invented at the level that it is now.
I was just thinking, first of all, how bored I am of the AI stuff. And then I thought, oh, I might appear a little angry. You know, I'm not really angry when I get like this with Amber because I don't care about Amber one way or the other. It's just kind of fun to be frustrated. But look how cute Rio is.
I used to do things like this. I have done voice memos in the past. I used to actually show Snapchat videos of people asking me questions.
Hey girl, so I've been following you pretty consistently since...
Okay, so here she's going to show... I can't watch this. She's going to show us like 4 or 5 different people in different videos asking her questions that she used to answer.
Where I leave a community tab every single week for you guys to talk about concerns, topics, ask me questions, whatever it may be. So let's get into it. Why do you go after married couples? I don't. I have only ever talked to one person who's been married, and they messaged me first.
Amber, you might not go after them, like purposefully hunt down married couples, but you do seem to have a propensity for people in relationships, right? It's not good, Amber. It's a bad habit. You got to break that.
And I was under the impression that they were actually single in an open marriage and only together for financial reasons.
They were okay, only open for financial reasons. But guess what, Amber? Guess what? But they were still married. You know what the bottom line is? They were still married. She had still had a ring on her finger. They were married, Amber. You were fucking a married woman. You weren't because you didn't get that chance. You were involved with a married woman. And like I said before, is Erica carry the onus of the blame in this situation? Absolutely. Erica is the one who had a commitment to Brittany. Erica is the one that broke the commitment. You, well, you're just the whore. And if you think that puts you on a higher horse than Erica, then gallop off into your future, little whore, because that's what you are, okay?
How do you feel knowing you have similar aggressive...
Erica is the homewrecker for sure, but you're the horse she did it with, so...
tendencies as your father. So this question made me feel uncomfy because you guys don't really know anything about my dad actually at all. Do you think your family talks about how worried they are for you behind your back? Do they say it to your face?
This
is
is a good
not
question.
Address it at all? I actually have never thought about...
This is for sure a real question because she would never think of asking herself this. You cannot tell me she would come up with this. this is one of the best, for me, one of the best questions I've heard her pull out of that hat in years.
It. Like, I genuinely don't know if they talk about being worried about me behind my back. Like, I have never even thought about that before. They've never said anything to my face about it.
Well, that tells you something, Amber. You're a quarter ton, and no one in your family has had a conversation with you about your weight or what you're doing or how they can help you and support you. Then there's a problem. Then you know what? I guarantee you they're all talking behind your back. If they're never saying anything, if it's never come up, for Christ's sake, then there's an issue, Amber. You know, like, it's just a problem, Amber. It's like, you know who you are? You're the guy who walks up and down the street with a parrot on his shoulder and wonders why people don't talk to him. You know, there's something, people are ignoring it because it's embarrassing and they don't want to talk to you.
The only time the topic of like weight comes up is if I bring it up first. Did you have a crush on Crystal's dad? Oh my God, another question that makes me so freaking uncomfortable. Crystal's dad genuinely was like a dad to me. We got extremely close in that way. The dynamic we had was very father-daughter, and like I was—
What's with all the dad questions? It only makes me think that perhaps there's some reaction channels have gone digging into her past to talk about dads or something, because it's an unusual amount of father questions this time.
Planning on being with Crystal for the rest of my life, so he was like a father-in-law to me. Do you see any similar behaviors between yourself and your biological father? I genuinely am like a lot like my mom, and I feel like my brother, the one that's closer to me in age, the one that's a year and a half younger than me, I feel like he is a lot like my dad. Do you secretly fear—
I'm sorry that real camera's autofocusing. It's really annoying. Sorry, I can't. The camera's autofocusing and I can't deal with it, so we had to.
normal size? No. Looking back, do you think it was okay
We'll have to carry on bravely without him. I'm sorry.
to keep expecting Destiny to drive you around and be responsible for you post-breakup? This actually reminds me of an Instagram message that I received like a couple weeks ago. Let me go see if I can find it. Hold on.
It's not the right. She doesn't even use the right SpongeBob thing. I don't think that's the OG SpongeBob thing. 20 minutes later. Amber, you need the voice.
I found it. Why was Beck allowed to rely on you after the breakup, but people are pissed that you relied on Destiny once a week for groceries after you two broke up? Destiny put you in that position. You moved to Kentucky for her, and then she broke up with you months later after cheating on you. You didn't know anyone there. You didn't have a car. You didn't have anything. So with everyone's logic of how Destiny didn't need to be there for you after the breakup, then you didn't have to be there for Beck. Beck was in this position because of you, and you were in that position because of Destiny. There's no sympathy for you because you needed groceries once a week, but they expected you to pay for Beck's whole life after the breakup, after everything you already did for them while you were together. Make it make sense. And sorry if this is triggering, but why did you have to treat Beck like a child during their renal failure? But everyone says that your cancer should have been taken care of by you because you're an adult. These people lack such brain skills that it frightens me to even be a part of this community. Whoa. Yup. I'm genuinely just going to leave that there because damn, remember, I care about you.
She's just going to leave that there because it says everything that she wanted to say. She doesn't need to add to it because she knows if she adds to it, she'll get in shit. But she can just leave that out there to say what she needs to say, and she doesn't have to get in shit for it. Amber, it's a false equivalency. First of all, you can't compare relationships ever. They're not. You're not the same person, and they're not the same person. So that's dumb. It's not the same thing. It's just so not the same thing. You left Beck penniless because Beck wasn't working to support you in your career. And they didn't expect you to pay for their whole lives. They just expected some money to get out the goddamn door. I don't even know that they expected that in that point because they were so broken by then. Destiny, on the other hand, it wasn't the same thing. First of all, you chose to move there where you didn't know anybody. And then Destiny broke up with you months later. Why didn't you know anybody in the city you moved to? If you had already lived there for months. Like, you have to take a little bit of responsibility sometimes, Amber. And you know what? Lots of people, myself included, are single. And, I mean, I don't have any handicaps, but I'm not a large person. I can't carry a lot. There's people who have physical handicaps that make things challenging. I don't have a car. And you know what I do? I manage to get my groceries. I manage to buy furniture and put it together. We all do things without having to rely on other people. It's not the same thing. It's a complete false equivalency. And you are just going to sit there and think that, oh my God, you don't want to say anything because you'll get in trouble.
Can you please stop lying about how much you're eating? You might think it's harmless, but you're definitely making people like me eat even less because I want to stay healthy. So when I do what I ate today videos, those are 100% accurate. 9 times out of 10, I'm doing what I ate today videos because I'm on track. It is hard for me to film what I ate today videos when I'm off track because it's shameful. It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
why do I want to show that? Plus, I know the type of reaction that I will receive. Just out of curiosity, I'm also a diabetic. Do you take medications for health problems? So first of all, you said also a diabetic. I'm not a diabetic. I'm not even a pre-diabetic. And no, I don't take any medication at all. All right, you guys, now it is time for the lint review. That means you guys...
It's time for the lint. The lint review.
Get to interview me using voice memos.
Wow.
And the way you can do that is go to my Instagram. If you're unable to send me a voice memo, just send me a little microphone emoji. I will send you a smiley face.
You don't have to say this every fucking video, Amber. Why don't you just put it in a community post? God, you're so repetitive. It's insane how repetitive you are.
Emoji back, and then you can send your voice memo. And I do not care if you use AI voice generator. I can understand if someone does not want their voice in my video. I will not care. So if you sent me a voice memo weeks and weeks ago, you still have a chance to be chosen because I choose old ones and I choose new ones. All right, let's get into it.
And she only
Do you see
chooses.
yourself doing social media for the rest of your life, or do you think that you'll choose another career path someday? It's like...
Slay. I can genuinely see myself doing YouTube for the rest of my life. I feel like you
Adorable. Choose another career path. What the fuck? She can't. She's literally unhireable. Come on, babies. Do you think she can do anything? She can't sit. She can't stand. She can't walk. She has no education. She has no job training. She has no job experience. Who in the name of Christ would hire her? The only thing she could do is be a Walmart greeter if they gave her a scooter. And that, my friends, is really fucking sad for somebody in their mid-30s. You know, it's different, again, if you have challenges, you know, that you're dealing with in your life. Her only challenge is her weight, and it's caused by her, and that's the fucking problem.
YouTube is one of those things that's like ever growing. And it's kind of like a TV show. Like people tell me all the time, like, Amberlynn, you're my reality show.
You said you prefer...
You are not a TV... Oh my God. Guys, the YouTubes... Well, that site is just growing and growing. Yes, Amber, 500 hours of video are uploaded a minute to YouTube. It's ever growing. So are you. And you're not a TV show. Okay? There's nothing... Having a YouTube channel doesn't make you a TV personality, Amber. First of all, you're not on television. Nobody outside the Amberverse knows you. You know, there's even people I talk to that spend a shit ton of time on YouTube, and I go, have you ever heard of Amberlynn Reids? And they go, no. So your ego is overinflated because of this community around you, which quite frankly isn't as big as you think it is. So there's that. You have no crew, you have no staff, you don't know how to light yourself. The only similarity is there is a camera involved, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that network television shows don't use an iPhone. But pop off, TV star.
For dieting over exercise. Have you looked into the benefits of exercise, or have your opinions changed at all?
No, she doesn't do that.
Love you, by the way.
This is the first one that actually sounded like AI to me. But yes, the benefits of exercise is definitely, it's really good for your heart. It helps with your stamina. It's good to get...
This quarter-ton fucking human being is going to sit here and tell me about exercise. Are you kidding? Do you not see how stupid this is, Amber? You can't sit here and espouse knowledge and not do it, you know? Talking about how good it is for your heart doesn't make it good for your heart. You have to get the gigantic ass off the couch and go do some fucking exercise.
Get your blood flowing. I genuinely don't feel like it has to be used to lose weight. You can lose weight without exercising.
You will die if you don't start doing some exercise. You will die, Amber. Once something goes wrong, you are living in such a fucking... what is it? You are living in lava land because... I swear to God, once shit starts going wrong, it's going to go boom, 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 like dominoes with you.
But for me, exercising is really good for your heart health. And that's why I got a Fitbit, because I want to start walking more.
Wearing a Fitbit is not the same as exercising. You know that you can exercise without a Fitbit. Oh my God, what? What did she say? Oh my God, did you hear that? Yes. Exercise still counts without a Fitbit on your wrist.
Hey there, Amber. I've been a subscriber for a while, and I wanted to say that I'm really proud of you for persevering despite what goes on around you. My question is hobby-related, though, and I was wondering if you've ever tried crocheting before.
Oh no.
Because Legos, like, they have a lot of attention to detail and stuff, so I thought maybe you'd like crochet too, because you can buy cute yarn and you can make like accessories for yourself or for Twinkie. And is it something that you've ever tried, or maybe you would try for fun in the future? Have a good rest of your morning.
Aw, thank you so much. And I have tried to crochet. I've tried to knit.
It's so I find that condescending that she does that all the time. These are adults, Amber. You don't have to make cooing baby sounds at them. And no, she's tried to crochet. She can't crochet. Lego, okay, Lego, she's got a book. It tells her to take this number block out of this specific bag and put it here. That's it. Crocheting and knitting is a skill. She doesn't have the patience or probably the intelligence to master that skill. And to be frank, I don't know that her sausage fingers could work hooks. I don't think she has the agility for that.
I've tried to sew. None of those things like compute in my brain.
Okay, sewing. Can you imagine those fingers holding a tiny needle and sewing? Because she doesn't have a sewing machine.
Like, I genuinely just can't figure it out.
Okay, first of all,
we know.
I'm so honored. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm a painter, and I love to binge your content while I paint. I think I just like the sound of your voice. I like to hear about your introspective. I like to hear about your story. So thank you for putting that out to the.
You would probably like to hear about her introspection, not her. I like to hear about your introspective. That doesn't make sense. And why are you honored that you can make a voice recording and send it to somebody? This is a person. This person has problem.
World, because there are people that appreciate you and enjoy it. My question though is that I know that you're a Miley girl just like I am, and I wanted to know if you have heard any of the
Oh, wait, she sent another one. Hold on.
Wait, don't listen to that one. Let me start again. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, I
I'm
whipped.
so sorry. I wanted to know if you've listened to the first 3 drops of the new album.
She's so phony. Oh, look at that perfectly smug, phony face. She's so phony. It's like, girl, that's not your best friend on the phone. Like, the way she tries to, like, I'm so relating with them. It's just, there's something weird and phony about it to me.
So it's supposed to be a visual album, but what I think you'll find really interesting is the first song is literally just poetry over ambient music. And I know that you love to write poetry. I know that you love poetry. And I would be curious to hear what your opinions on this upcoming album will be like.
I would be curious to hear her name 3 poets. Amber, name 3 poets for me. Or how about quote 1 verse of poetry from somebody else that isn't you? Amber doesn't love poetry. Amber likes making words rhyme. It's not the same thing.
I love you, Amberlynn. I hope you have a great day. Also, your hair has been looking amazing recently.
No.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Yes, I am so excited for Miley's new music. I love Miley Cyrus. And the fact that it's going to be like a whole film type deal.
Can I skip this? Because I don't care about Amber's thoughts on Miley Cyrus. I can't. Oh, this was a funny moment. It's so weird and random, and it's just so put in there to try and cause shit. It's so funny. I don't even think it's true, but who knows? It's just so transparent what she's doing here. Watch this.
I just got a message from someone that said Jordy is a Trump supporter. So, okay, that's hectic.
Hi, hello from the UK, Amber.
Why did you have to put that in there, Amber? Did you really just get that message? Did somebody just, oh, quick, I got to text Amber. I just found out about Jordy being a Trump supporter. Whether he is or not, I don't know. I'm not verifying that. I don't know. But
My question to you is, what is 3 things you would change about your past relationships and friendships?
oh my God.
AKA,
She's answered this question like 8 times since she started this series. It's the only fucking question she ever answers. God, it's so boring.
just 3 things you would have done differently. It doesn't matter if it's from your relationship with Beck or from your relationship with Tommy or from like your friendship with Alexis or anybody else. What is 3 things you would do differently? Also, I'm a very big fan. Thank you for your reply on my birthday.
Aww.
I'm so nervous to do this.
Oh, did I do that? Oh my God, I am so sweet. I replied on her birthday. Aw.
Aw, thank you. You did great. So 3 things that I would change in my past relationships are: 1, not as controlling. 2, learn how to regulate my emotions more so I'm not as sensitive and my emotions aren't as like hyper. Like I'm too hyper aware of
Wait a second.
everything, so I notice everything. So then it makes me
So shouldn't that be more framed like I would want to get diagnosed for my BPD sooner so I could learn how to manage my BPD, not just learn how to regulate my emotions, because those are vastly different things, I would think. Like a lot of us, not a lot of us, I don't. So, you know, some people have problems regulating emotions, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they have BPD, although that could be symptomatic of BPD. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
be super sensitive, and it all kind of just goes in this like cycle. So definitely that. And 3, not being so anxiously attached.
Amberlynn, baby girl, listen to me. I am drunk as absolute shit. I know I've only got a minute, but I need you to know my BFF Rachel. I know she sent you a little microphone recently, so you know you're going to get an audio message from her. But honestly, you need to listen to what she got to say. You know she's being a little bit of passive aggressive, but she's just trying to help. You know, she the home dog for real. Don't ever let women like Rachel bring you down. Okay, she's just trying to help. Bring her up, babes. Bring her up. But let's be honest. I got a few more seconds. You are crazy, girl. I was in a relationship like that, and that was just crazy. Don't ever do that shit again. From her end and from yours, baby girl. Love you, hectic Ambi.
Okay, that was adorable. Funny drunk Southern girl. That was adorable.
I'm sorry. Let me go find Rachel's voice memo.
Please find Rachel's voice memo
right now. That was funny. Oh, this is Rachel.
Oh, let's go.
Is this the Rachel? Okay.
Are we going to have our last? Hey, Amber, I'm a little drunk, but I wanted to say that I also have borderline personality disorder, but to a certain extent, you can't use it as an excuse.
Pop off?
It's an explanation only. You have to.
It's an explanation.
Pop off? Girl, that's all you do is use it as a fucking excuse and pop off in every video. Don't pop off. Stop popping off. Stop popping. Just remove that from your vocabulary.
I mean, we're agreeing so far. Keep going.
No, you're not. You're not, because you do use it as an excuse. So
back and think, what if I was the problem? I promise.
Girly pop, relatable. I go to my journal entries. They all say, what if I am the problem? Have you ever heard of the song TV by Billie Eilish? The end where it's like, maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm the problem. It says it over and over, and then the audience joins in, and it's like this whole beautiful moment of like everyone just saying, maybe I'm the problem. When that part comes on,
yeah, but Amber, it's not everybody isn't the problem. You are. You're the problem. You're the problem in those relationships.
Literally feel my soul like leave my body, because I'm like,
you know, a lot of relationships can break up for various reasons. Not always because somebody is a problem, you know. Not every relation. Sometimes you just drift apart. You have different wants. You have different goals. You know, somebody has to move. There's lots of reasons people break up. Somebody wants kids, somebody else doesn't. It's not always because one person in the relationship is problematic, but in every instance of your relationships, it's because of your behavior. You know, so yeah.
like, bro, maybe I am the problem. So relatable. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep doing this.
Thousands of people don't hate you just because you're fat. You can be
There's a lot of people who hate me just because I'm fat. I will say that. But
most people don't. Most people dislike you. Hate is way too emotional. I don't hate you. I don't care that much. We don't like you because of your personality. And quite frankly, most of us think if you were thinner, you'd be even more insufferable. So think about that, Amber.
That could be in a whole separate thing. Like, there are people who hate me because I'm fat, and then there's people who hate me because I have done things that are kind of hecticana, and they've been online, so people have seen that.
Such a narc way to do it, you know. Some people hate, you know, people really hate me. You know, it's because I've done a couple things and they're a little bit of hecticana. Like, it's just so cute when I make a mistake. I just made a little hecticana. It was a little hecticana. No, people don't like you because you're a narcissistic cunt and you treat people horribly. It's not hecticana.
asshole, and you take therapy seriously. everyone leaves and quote unquote turns on you because you're the problem. That's harsh, but your online behavior portrays you as a mean ass bitch. And your past partners just show that it's true. I hope that
she drunk
and really take therapy seriously and get your BP tree on control.
BP tree?
It's really serious and you need to fix it.
Girl.
So what you're going to do is you're not really listen to what she's saying. You're just going to pick apart her little mistakes and the fact that she's drunk and the fact that she mispronounced something. Okay, fair. We pick on you for mispronouncing things. But she's stumbling over words because she's drunk, but her point is very valid, and that's what you're not listening to.
Relatable. We both need to fix it. That was a lot. I love a drunk voice memo. That was fun.
I just really wanted to know if you would
Didn't address anything she said. Just said it was fun because she was drunk. Oh, yeah, we both need to fix that triangulation. It's unbelievable.
do a video talking about, repairing your relationship with your mom, because I know that you two have been through a lot, and it probably was a long process to work through everything, and you guys heal from everything that happened.
They never work through
And
anything. They just
really
hang
love
around
you
together,
and don't listen to the haters,
in my opinion.
honestly.
I love you too. And I probably would not do a video talking about mine and my mom's relationship and like repairing it or anything like that, because I feel like I just don't want that subject touched. And I also think that's like
That's fair.
a big reason of why it's like I don't talk a lot about foster care or the things that I went through before I went to foster care or in foster care, because there just
No,
are.
I still maintain there really wasn't that much going on in foster care that would make a good dramatic story. And if she lied about it, she'd get busted, because there was a lot of other people in foster care that are probably still around. I still maintain that's why we haven't heard a foster care story, because she wants to talk about all these boundaries she's setting up now. Well, girl, where were they 5 years ago? You didn't have these boundaries that you were talking about. And you've never told the story. So there's no story to tell.
Certain subjects that I'm just like, I don't want that touched by the internet.
As somebody who also lives in Oklahoma, I'm interested to know, what are 2 things you like about living in Oklahoma, and what are 2 things you don't like about living in?
She doesn't leave the house. She likes to, let me guess, she's going to like her mom and bingo. Like, what else is there for her in Oklahoma?
That's hard to answer, because I feel like my answers for like what I like isn't really because it's Oklahoma itself. But 1, I love being near my mom. And 2, I love my apartment. So I don't know if that's like Oklahoma itself.
You love your apartment? It's just an apartment. There's nothing special about it. And you don't even decorate. You haven't put a fucking picture up on the wall. You don't love your apartment. That's so stupid. I love my apartment.
I will say in Oklahoma, I feel a lot more accepted. People don't look at me like I'm a monster. People don't look at my legs and like, oh my God, they're huge. I feel more accepted. 2 things I don't like. I do not like that there's like no mountains. Like, where are the mountains? It is so flat. And I also absolutely despise that I live in Tornado Alley. Like, what?
Hey, Amberlynn, I'm actually so excited to send you.
Where has she lived where there's mountains? Is there mountains in Louisville, Kentucky? Maybe there is. I don't know American geography that well, but Louisville doesn't. Oh, no, she was in Lexington. Lexington, is it known for mountains? Weird. Okay.
This voice message. So my question for you is, would you ever consider getting weight loss surgery again?
Also, if there are mountains in Lexington, why didn't she ever go to the mountains or show the mountains? I'm confused about this missing of mountains.
You did in the past and things didn't work out, but would you ever consider it again? No matter what, I support you. So
Yeah, I wrecked it.
excited to see your answer.
Oh, thank you. But right now in like my current life, without giving like a million different reasons, my answer is no. Weight loss surgery is not something that I'm interested in.
I wrecked it for her. And also, Feline isn't around to pay for half. And she doesn't have the money for it anymore. Because, yeah, you could think that maybe putting on channel memberships, because she's, she has 600 members. She doesn't. One might think that might be a good way to quickly earn money towards your weight loss surgery. But, yeah, no.
But that doesn't mean that I will not change my mind in the future.
Hi, Amberlynn. So I wanted to ask you, my question is, have you ever thought about doing like public or like in-person meetups, or even like at some point going to like different states and like meeting people in person?
No, I'm way too anxious for that. Like, I have a lot of paranoia, and the whole time I'd be like, oh my God, is someone going to show up with? And that is me being absolutely, without a doubt, 100%.
Okay, girl, really, nobody's going to come and kill you. Let's stop. they would come and harass you. It would be a real bad idea to go public anywhere, Amber, I think, for you. I really don't think you're not John F. Kennedy. Nobody's going to come and assassinate you, but, you know, it wouldn't probably be a good thing for you to do.
% transparent right now. I love going in public and meeting you guys. Like, I am recognized a lot, and
we know.
It's special to me, and it means a lot to me. You guys are always super sweet, but like designating a time and a place would make me way too anxious.
Yeah,
I would
I get
genuinely be too afraid that the wrong person would show up.
Sure.
That could just be my paranoia, but like stranger and crazier and more.
I do not blame her. I mean, I don't blame her for that. There are crazy people in the Amberverse, and in the last year and a half, man, people have really amped up the drama. Like, I don't blame her for this.
More hectic things have happened.
Hello, Amberlynn. I've been watching you for a long time. My name is Miranda, and I've been watching since around 2019.
Wow.
So the back era. Anyway, my question for you is, I understand that YouTube is your main source of income. What plans do you really have for yourself in case YouTube were to fall through or something were to happen and you had to find a new source? Thank you.
I would just apply for other jobs, and thankfully I have enough money in the bank and saved up that I wouldn't.
She has a little bit of money in the bank right now because of her memberships. She probably doesn't really have that much money in the bank. I don't believe she's any good at saving money. I've watched her. She was in a position where her finances were probably getting lower than they've ever been in 10 years. She put on channel memberships, got a little extra money, and immediately started hauling things, going to Walmart, Amazon hauls. Like, she doesn't save money. This girl does not save any money for anything. And also, again, what do you mean, what would she do? What do you mean, what would she do? She is incapable of working at this point. She is an unhireable human being. Literally can do nothing, okay? She's physically incapable of sitting or standing or walking. So she can't have a job that involves any one of those three things. So we're really narrowing the pool down here. She has no intelligence, she has no education, and she has no job experience, and she has no skills. So, you know, again, that's another sharp cut into the pool of jobs that are available. You can't show up and have a 10-year work gap on your resume. Nobody's going to hire you. You're going to show up and say from 25 to 35 you didn't work and now you want a job. Nobody's going to hire you. And you have no education. You've got no job training. I don't know why she thinks she can get a job. I don't. She's completely and totally unhireable. Maybe a Walmart greeter if they gave you a scooter. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be facetious. I don't really think she could actually do a single job.
Be like too scared or too worried about it. But it would just be like anyone else getting like fired or laid off, or like their company that they work at no longer exists or whatever. Like, you would just find another job.
Amber, I love you. And I was just wondering, what would you do if Zachary Michael never came back to YouTube?
Well, he did come back and I wouldn't really do anything. I would be concerned for his mental health because, like, obviously his mental health got really bad if he didn't return. Then at the same time, I'd be like, well, he's improving his mental health because he's not returning to something that made his mental health bad, if that makes sense. But I wouldn't do anything. I would still just keep making my content as per usual.
Hey, Amberlynn.
What would you expect her to do? Have a memorial service? Like, people quit YouTube. Michael B. Petty left. Like, people leave and come back and go away. It's just a stupid question.
So, remember when you tried mayo and ramen and everybody kind of lost their minds and was super judgy?
I did not know they were super judgy.
It was actually like, okay, Chef Lynn, that might actually slap because I do like when my ramen's creamy. I usually do milk and butter in mine. But one day I ran out of milk and I thought of you. And so I put in mayo and sour cream. And honestly, it did slap. So I have to know, are there any other food combos or things like you secretly love that the internet might think is weird or roast you for? Please be brave and share it for us adventurous little foodies. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you're not a foodie if you're eating mayonnaise and ramen. And yes, there is certain ramens that have a mayonnaise-based sauce in it. It's not straight Hellman's or Miracle Whip out of the fucking plastic tub into the hot ramen. That's not what it is. It's a specific kind of mayo. Probably, I would imagine more like an aioli. And if you're looking to Amber for new food ideas, you can't call yourself a foodie. You can't.
So when I did the whole mayo and ramen thing, I actually had people contact me saying, like, it's really not that weird. They do it in other cultures. And I was like, oh, so maybe that's how my cousin originally learned. But I'm telling you, so good. Try it. But some other weird food combinations that I like. I really like a bagel with cream cheese and then putting like hot Cheetos in the middle of it and then like smashing it together and like eating it like a sandwich. That's really good. Pickles and peanut butter. I promise it's actually good. It sounds disgusting. I'm telling you, sounds horrific, but it's good. If you want another ramen one, I have a whole ramen recipe I can give you guys. Like, it's a whole moment. There's a lot of ingredients that goes into it. Maybe I can do it for a YouTube video sometime, but I'm going to do a little easier one for you. Literally just cook taco meat and then put the taco meat, once it's cooked, in the ramen. It's like a taco ramen, and it sounds so weird, but it's so good. Like, chef's kiss.
Hey, ramen noodles are just noodles. They're a bland, they're a base. They're a neutral base. A noodle is a neutral, like a rice or a potato. It's a starch. It's a neutral base. You can literally put anything on your ramen noodles. It doesn't make you Gordon Ramsay, okay? Put your fucking peanut butter and pickle on your ramen noodle. It doesn't matter, Amber. It's so
actually craving that now. All right, you guys, now it is time for Tea or Tail, where I talk about some rumors. Are they tea or are they tail? Let's get into it. All Amberlynn does in her members' live streams is show the ceiling. This is such a hectic statement to make because I'm on live for 2 hours and I have 2 pets and I have myself. So when I show the ceiling, it is because I'm like, oh, we need a break. It is either because I am peeing, I'm feeding Twinkie. Like 2 weeks ago.
You do not have to get up and feed the dog in the middle of your 2-hour live stream that for you starts at 9:30 at night. Why are you feeding the dog? If the dog eats at that time, feed the dog before you go live or feed the dog after you go live. You don't need to take a break in the middle of a paid member stream to feed your dog. You don't. Stop.
Wasabi took a poop in the litter box, and whenever he poops in the litter box, I like to get that out with the quickness. No, so I literally said, hold on, you guys, Wasabi just won't poop. So let me go clean the litter box real quick.
I don't believe that. I think maybe in this instance, that's what she did. Maybe it was just an especially stinky one. That, actually Rio doesn't. That's because his food is good. But I know in the past I've had cats, and if they do a real stinker, I'll jump up and scoop that stinker out right away. I clean the box daily. I don't clean the box every time he poops. I don't believe she does either.
What's the scratching sound? It's the Wasabi just using the litter box. Oh, he took a dump for real. All right, I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah. No, I believe this one.
And then I will be right back, okay? Or it's because Twinkie wants to get up on the couch and she doesn't want to jump, so I have to pick her up. It's only ever...
Yeah, the Twinkie getting up on the couch one is interesting. I mean, she's probably, she admits to not wearing pants at home, but I also think that it's probably very embarrassing the way that she has to get up and off the couch. She can't... See, she's so big that when her little dog is at her feet scratching to come up, she can't just bend over and pick up the dog. She's got to move the camera back, push the thing back, struggle to get up off the couch, and then bend down and pick up the dog and put it on the couch. She needs to take a camera break to do all that because it would be mortifying for her if we saw the machinations that go through her getting up and putting the dog on the couch.
Things that I need to genuinely go do and attend to. And sometimes, which it hasn't happened in the last few weeks, thankfully, but sometimes I get really anxious and I just need a minute, like genuinely a minute before I actually have an anxiety attack on live stream. I do not want that. So
if you are so plagued, if you are so plagued with anxiety that you cannot do a 2-hour members only live stream where there's not a lot of hate and it's just people who really admire you and there's 30 people in the chat, if you cannot do that for 2 hours without having an anxiety attack, then you shouldn't be doing live streams, Amber. Then you're not cut out to be the TV personality that you think you are.
Out of a 2-hour live stream, maybe there's 5 minutes of you guys just communicating together, but thankfully my supporters are extremely understanding. But I do have things that I have to do in my home, and a lot of people tell me, Amberlynn,
you don't have to do. I have to do things in my home. You don't have to do those things in your home at 9:30 at night for the 2 hours that you're on your live stream. This is your fucking job, okay, Amber? Would you work an 8-hour job? Would you have to go home 4 times a day to pick the poop out of the box? Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go home and take care of something. You don't do that. You're working now. You set it up so all the things can be taken care of later.
Hold your bladder. Like, get up and pee if you have to pee. And I'm not going to feel guilty for that. Amberlynn goes to bingo 3 times a week. I go to bingo once a week. There was a time in the near past that I went to bingo 3 times a week. Trust me, that never happens. But I go once a week. So I tried very hard.
Amber goes to bingo 3 times a week. No, I don't. There was a time in the very near past that I did, but I don't. What? You do?
Hard to find a rumor that was true. So I don't even have a third rumor today. Normally I like to do 3 of them. So I literally
Wow. You mean there wasn't... What? 3 rumors a week? Really?
went to Instagram and I was like, send me rumors. And every rumor that I saw, I was just like, this is dumb. I've talked about this before a million different times. Well, that's not true. Well,
yeah, Amber, it's because you're fucking boring, okay? Let's get down to it. You are incredibly dull and boring. Your life, as much as you think there's something captivating about you, there really isn't. And the bloom is coming off the rose, Amber. Views are down, and views are down because people are leaving. I've seen lots of people on Reddit saying they're unsubscribing from all the channels. People are getting bored as fuck with you. I'd give the Amberverse a year at this point if something doesn't happen. I mean, we've been through this before. There's periods of time in her history, like somebody said, she has a cycle, so do we. There's been historical periods in the Amberverse where it gets so dull and everybody wants to leave and nobody knows what they're going to... And then something happens again. I guess just like a human life. Go figure. But right now, it's looking real bad.
Well, that's something my lawyer said I can't talk about. I was trying so hard to find one that was true. And like, genuinely, there's just none that are like true right now because it's shit that I've talked about ad nauseam.
So yeah, she's going through these questions on her phone and then she's contacting her lawyer. Can I talk about this? Can I talk about this? You don't have a lawyer, Amber. Stop saying it because you're making yourself look like an idiot now. I had kind of, I was interested in your lawyer timeline story. I think you might have grounds for some stuff that a lawyer could look into, but I now do not believe you have a lawyer. I don't believe you have a lawyer. Like, if you do, then shit or get off the pot.
Nauseum. All right, on to the next thing, which is bad choices.
Oh, no.
We're going to choose
Please
5 of these
and
answer them. And I've had people who are like, why does she do this part? Like, this is...
If this is all sex shit, we're going to skip over it again. I'm not entertaining that.
So weird and random. It's because I like weird and random. I like the type of questions that they ask. Like, things are so crazy absurd. And I like absurd things sometimes.
You like it because it's all sex. You like it because it's all about sex. And you think right now your persona that you're really playing up is that you're so sexual. I can't live without masturbating. I'm so sexual all the time. No, it's gross. Nobody wants to hear about it. It's not fat phobic. Nobody wants to hear about other adults' details of their sex life. It's tacky. You're tacky.
You shave your eyebrows off for $1,000. No. Have you ever secretly thought that you would make a really good gangster? No. What? Maybe. Would you never have sex again in your life for $3 million?
Oh yeah, give me the money. I'm old. Give me the money.
My God, that is crazy. The answer is no. I would rather have sex than have $3 million.
You are a lying sack of shit. Sorry. I don't believe she's this sexual being. I don't. Amber, walking at your size is difficult. Having sex is a physical thing. I don't believe that you are as sexual as you say you are. And I also believe that you are a greedy pig. And if somebody offered you $3 million that you'd probably take. Now, on the other hand, she probably associates sex and love. So for her, that would mean giving up on love too. So who knows?
Have you ever been caught having sex? I've never been caught having sex, but I've been interrupted before. And like, they didn't know that I was having sex, if that makes sense, because it was behind the door. Never mind. I'll have to explain. Have you ever thrown a party for a pet? Yes, I have. So those weren't so bad this time, but I noticed that the 5 that I did in the last video, they were all very overly sexual. Sometimes that happens. And I am very much an open book. I'm 34 years old. My analytics show that no children watch me really. So if there is a child watching me, stop watching. Everyone who...
It's not about children, Amber. Adults are offended by this too, okay? And I know I'm a 34-year adult and I can be free about my sexuality. Yeah, you can. We don't want to fucking hear it, okay? You can be as free as you want. We can also say, we don't want to friggin' hear it. Wrap it up, girl. Let's wrap it up, Amber.
Who watches me is above 18 and I'm an open book. I'm allowed to talk about what I want. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed. This has been over an hour long, so I have a lot to edit down and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye. There you go. I think Amber's giving us too much content right now. Don't you? I think she should just upload 3 days a week, not 5. It's too much. She's surely got to be running out of things now. I mean, we see how much she repeats things, but... Well, I guess that's what makes it the Redundancy Report. And I want to thank you for joining me in the very sleepy Rio. I promise I'll fix the autofocus on my new phone camera before the live stream on Saturday, because we can't live without him. We just can't. He's so cute. And that's it. I got nothing more to say about that girl today. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great rest of your Friday. Until we meet again tomorrow at the live stream, you know the routine. Just be kind. And hasta luego. Bye.